Thanks so much for tuning in to watch this video. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Erin Micklow, and I have a show here on YouTube where I interview bands, showcase their live music video premieres, festival recaps when that was a thing, and in this COVID time, live stream interviews. This is my interview with Warren from The Vandals, talking about their upcoming Christmas formal that will be able to do direct streaming via thevandals.veeps.com. So enjoy the interview, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and tap the bell for notifications when new videos drop.
Hi. This is my new Yuletide art room I'm working on. So.
Oh man, so let's talk. You guys have your annual Christmas formal coming up, and obviously this year with COVID, it's more of like a virtual thing where you're doing a digital where people can stream it. Can you talk more about kind of what went into making this and how the process has been for you?
Yeah, I would say it's interesting because it's kind of like the whole streaming thing. It's kind of bizarre because it's been there for a while, and people do it obviously and have in the past, but it kind of became the one thing that worked in the like when the boat sank or whatever. It's the one thing you could get on life raft. It's like, oh yeah, we can still do that one thing that we hate doing, but it's weird. I like the word virtual because it's kind of, it is actually more ambiguous than it sounds. It means like like if you're virtually into something,
Yeah,
it's kind of saying that well, that's incredible, isn't it? Or wow, that's interesting. It's one of those kind of words that I'm more excited about words than I do the technology probably. So
yeah, and I think in this time, when COVID first popped off and people were still kind of trying to figure out just how to live, bands weren't even really doing the live streams just yet.
who to be mad at and get all carried on? Yeah, that took a while for people to figure out who to be mad at and disgusted with. That's great. I love when bad situations bring the best out of people. It's like the holidays. That's what this is all about.
It's like the holidays.
Or reward for ourselves for being so great all year.
No, but so for your live stream, can you share some stuff that maybe you're gonna do, or is it like a full surprise?
Well, I get the sense from Joe that things are supposed to be a full surprise, but he takes things a lot more seriously than he gets more he has more due diligence on stuff than I do. So I think I can reveal the fact that there will be performances of Christmas songs.
Yeah.
In a special place, viewable in various devices.
Yes.
Let me see what else. Santa, will he be there? I can't tell you that yet. I'll actually give you one good piece of information. We look like anti-humbug millionaires on stage. So it's definitely quite a production we got going on. So it's a new one. We have people that do
I was watching some YouTube videos from previous years' Christmas formals, and I've never gotten to come see one. I've always missed it, and I'm so sad about it. So this year, for sure, I'll be tuning in from home. And for everyone watching,
you'll be there. All the people that we never, all places we never go get to go. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting for your fans around the world that can't come to SoCal for the Christmas event every year.
It's truly a worldwide phenomena, and you can understand, excited that he wants to ride a sled to everyone's fucking house in the same night. It's very exciting.
So, for everyone watching, FYI, it airs on Saturday, December 19th, and the stream will be viewable until December 27th. You can go buy your tickets for it at thevandals.veeps.com.
Look for clues and Easter eggs, by the way. It is Christmas, but there will be Easter eggs of our special Christmas message.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know, there's this really weird Christmas song called Fuck You If You Don't Like Christmas by this artist named Crud Bump, and I noticed that he was paralleling Christmas and Easter, and I was like, is that a thing?
Oh, yeah, well, that's what it was. One's a birthday, one's a death day. Actually, one's a death day, come back day. So, it's, it's funny because well, holidays, holy days. Actually, for some reason, I know a fuck of a lot about Christmas because I wrote a whole Christmas record, and it's messed me up ever since. I don't know if I love Christmas or I hate it so much that I can't stop fixating on it. So
Well, Oi to the World is still one of my most favorite songs of all time. It's such a fucking great song.
Joe nailed that one. He certainly in his fantasy of, you know, people on the opposite side of the tracks all of a sudden magically getting along in you know, beautiful sitcom, you know, 1970s sitcom pacing and brevity. It's absolutely, it's classic.
Yeah. Well, so I saw on the flyer for this year's show, it's called Everybody's Last Christmas. Can you talk about like what you meant by that?
Accent, actually, yes. That was well, we've got Grandpa's Last Christmas. That's one of the songs, and
Yeah.
when rehearsing, said, well, hey, you know what? Everyone's gonna have a last Christmas too. By the way, I don't know if you. A lot of our Christmas songs happen to be about death as well, which is, you know, it makes sense. If it's a birthday for someone, it's basically, you know, it's comings and goings. So yes, the goings are just as important.
Yeah.
But everyone's gonna have a last Christmas, and you know, it's that kind of thing of saying, well, do you want to treat every Christmas like it's last Christmas, or you know, like be in a wheelchair and have someone feed you Jello, or like it's your last Christmas and you're stoked because it's, you know, you're gonna make it the best one ever and make it count. You know, these are very subtle kind of feel good self-help things threaded within our tapestry of nonsense.
I'm so excited. So I saw also around your show, you're doing some giveaways of some signed merch, some personalized video messages. Can you talk more about that, like how people can enter?
Well, you know what? That's a very good question. And I have a moral question about that. If we're doing messages for people, like if someone says, hey, won't you, will you break up with my girlfriend or boyfriend for me? Like that kind of thing. I don't know if that's right. Even if it is for charity, even if it's not for charity, I don't know. Messages are strange. Well, actually, no, we're going to answer some Santa mail, which is a very big deal.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like, so can you talk about what that's about? Like, I saw you posted, like, email askthevandals@gmail.com, and you're doing Santa letters. Like, what is this about? What is the Santa letters?
Well, it's right there in the word email. Apparently, mail was involved, or was at one point, and people, kids, dummies, dumb children, or let's say, you know, gullible children would write letters to Santa Claus all the time, and you know, the post office had to deal with that. So, you know, blah blah blah. We had some. While we're stealing ballots, we stole a few Santa letters too, and then also read them, and ones that were written to us via Santa or via leaks by the Elf on the Shelf. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and it's people. There's some people with some nice things to say. It's interesting. Christmas, there's such a format to it. It's like, dear Santa, I know that you know, it's very formatted, and it's kind of, I think, what's much children learn to communicate in writing.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I mean, Christmas this year is just like, I mean,
it's you know, well, I have a very well, because I do fixate on Christmas regardless. I've got some philosophies or some takes on how probably Christmas should be handled this year, and it's certainly not being. I'm you know, not doing it the way I would think it should be done, but I think it should definitely be treated like what do you call that? Like a cesarean section, or maybe like a late birth, like, you know, kick the can down the road a little bit. Let's not have Christmas in this 2020 because it will probably drag more stink into next year.
Yeah.
The round down, and you know, if God's cool with that, or whoever's in charge of Christmas, Fox News, whoever.
Yeah, I mean, like, personally for me, I'm alone for Christmas, and I'm fine with it. Totally fine. Not trying to catch COVID.
Yeah, I have a Christmas room, and that's the one day I will be boarding it up and not using it. So, you know, it's closed on Christmas Day, as it should be, and you know, in my world, in my stupid childlike point of view, it would be that every day is Christmas except for Christmas. So we can have all that cool stuff instead of put all the pressure and turn into bridezillas and lunatics, especially in a pandemic.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't handle Christmas. They're too explosive.
Yeah, I've had a lot of Christmases like that. So this year I'm happy to I'll just be by myself.
I call it bridezilla. Yeah. Yeah, it's well, the pressure of being happy is definitely, or at least pretending to be happy, is enough to make people freaking crazy, and you can't frame any event around that way and have it go well. Look at Disneyland, happiest place on earth. Do you know how crazy that makes children? Like if they're afraid if they don't smile the whole time, like there's going to be revenge or something. It's crazy, a lot of pressure.
That's true. So speaking of that, I saw that. Are you going to Chicago tomorrow for the punk rock and paintbrushes thing? Is that?
Yeah, Chicago. Apparently something's going on. I guess they're having some. Yeah, it's COVID's bad there. I saw it was going to be. It was going to get pushed back. A few weeks ago we realized, and then we just did that. So, yeah, I'm sad because I love Chicago, and but I don't. Obviously it's going to. Things are going to get pretty interesting. Well, that's interesting. It's the shit. It's the fucking shit before the dawn. It's that darkest kind of stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Chicago will be there hopefully after whatever friggin' whatever this is. Yeah, it's made me crazy too. I'm not really sure how to. Social distancing is already a problem if you got social anxiety. You're halfway there already. So I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know if I ever pulled off the old normal. That really throws me off. That really gives me a pit in my stomach. New normal, great.
Yeah.
So, and who's in charge of this new normal? God damn it.
So let's talk about. I did see that there is a punk rock and paintbrushes book coming out, right? Can we talk about that?
That is a very exciting project. That's me and Emily. That's been keeping us quite busy. It is a beautiful coffee table, art book with 30 artists, like with 7 pages each, kind of profiling their art and their perspectives on creating. And it's this kind of like very interesting, personal, individual collective. It's all the paradoxes you get of punk rock anyway, of where it's like, we're all whatever nonconformists together. It's that, and or people doing things that they don't normally do or aren't trained to do because they feel like it, which is very punk rock. And so we've got a lot of cool people in it, and shit. So many people I don't even know how to say it, like a lot of famous skateboarders, a lot of famous punk rock musicians.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm dropping names if I just start, or if I say the ones I know that are off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's gonna be an amazing book, and there's nothing like it. And everyone did a really interesting. It's about this year. It's about fucking. There's nothing. You can't do art shows. You can't do touring. So that's how it kind of spawns it. Like, why don't we do a book? Like, let's document it, at least like treat it like academia or a yearbook almost. So
yeah,
it's going to be very. I recommend going to the website. God, I should know these things off the top of my head. Google punk rock paintbrushes book, and I'm sure will take you there.
Yeah, or I think you linked it like on the social media profiles for the Vandals too, right?
I've helper elves. I forget about that. Sometimes they take care of that for me. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So do you guys how far along is the book? Like how far till you're done? Do you have distribution for it already?
It will be self-distributed, and it will be it is a nearly 300 page 12 by 12 large. I mean, you could bludgeon someone with this thing. It's a big book, and it is coming out. Well, we've just turned in like the what do they call that? I guess the test pressing or whatever. It's very like it's like doing a record in a lot of ways. Like all the kind of how long things take, like 3 months for a setup on that kind of shit.
Yeah.
If you've ever done records, but yeah, it will be out early next year. The quicker we are, the sooner it will be. But we are doing pre-Christmas orders. Anyone that's interested in ordering one before Christmas, I will make them a Christmas card for their own personal enjoyment and collecting. And also it will come with a voucher saying, you get this gift, but you're not getting it this year because it will ruin, that's a superstition, my thing right there. Say you will get it next year when it matters, when you can handle it, when we all can handle it. So,
Awesome.
and yeah, it is, I can't overstate it. It is a friggin' accomplishment. I don't know how the fuck we did it. So
That's so awesome. Yeah, it seems like, I mean, that's a big project. Like punk rock and paintbrushes has definitely grown, immensely over the last couple years.
getting 30 musicians or skateboarder athletes to do anything on their own, 30 of them, to get them to call you back is a miracle. And that's it's amazing. It's not to say that they're flaky, but these are people that are definitely on their own kind of tempo. So and quite often they have tour managers or handlers. And it was interesting. And it's what I like about the punk rock and paintbrushes anyway. You get to hang out with people that you know for a long time anyway, but you're actually there, not screaming over music, and not there as like part of your tribe. Like, well, here's our gang. We're the silly punk rock band, and you're the ones with mohawks, and it makes it very much more. It's nice. It's civilized, and it's kind of friendly weirdos. People going, oh, you got that weird quirky habit too? Great. Oh, let me see yours. So
Yeah, it's definitely an eclectic group of art. I actually think on our last interview, where I interviewed you at the Punk Rock and Paintbrushes show, I think it was yours that got flagged for some of the artwork that I had cut into the interview.
I'm reliably that person, I believe, and someone has to. I mean, it's a punk rock thing, and and it also makes everyone look better. and if I'm pushing an envelope to the point to where it tears, we don't know where that is, and I'll gladly do the shenanigans to get there. Plus, I can't help it. My art is definitely fucking obnoxious, or to some people, let's say, or many people.
Yeah, I remember looking at it, I was like, oh.
And that, to me, the only art worth doing is the art that is going to be really a struggle for someone to deal with. It's a struggle to get out. In that sense, it's kind of like, it's like birth pangs. It's like if babies just came, like by Amazon delivery, they wouldn't be as fun, or it wouldn't matter as much.
Yeah, for sure. So, can we talk about, you guys have, obviously, the Vandals have a new line of Christmas merch out around this. Can you talk about, like, making some of that? I saw you have, like, the like, Louis Vuitton knockoff merch, and it was made by, like, a specific artist, and...
Yes. This is the kind of the upside of pandemics and such, where, the things that you usually put off and doing because it requires you to kind of focus at home and kind of stuff, those things are really getting done like gangbusters, and individually and collectively, like everyone's sitting at home, all of a sudden, I guess sorting out what the friggin' t-shirt is going to be sounds fun, or sounds like something. Sounds better than I don't know, whatever people do at home all the time, make sourdough or something. So yes, we have some exciting stuff, and Christmas is it's an infinite template. It truly is. I mean, it is what did we say, Chrisfinity. And there's, it's like and I like that we do new merch a lot, because it's like it's like meme culture or whatever. It's like, there's some jokes aren't always funny forever. You need a new knock-knock joke eventually, if you're going to, if you're knock-knock jokes or whatever, or, a shirt that you wear that doesn't, I ruined all my shirts, so I always get new ones.
For sure. Yeah, the new merch designs are cool. I like that you guys did like beach towels and blankets, and you do like fanny packs and stuff.
That's that Australian twist to it. Yeah. So whereas summer is Christmas is another. I mean, I'd say probably Christmas is fascinating to me because it is like, it is so layered. It is such a friggin' upside down layer cake of people. It's a mess, but it's awesome. It's very thrown together. Let's say it's certainly, there's no rhyme or reason to it, but it's why can't we leave the goddamn lights up too, right, and the decorations? I like that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, we lost your video. Turn your video back on.
I think let me see. I think I'm holding. Come on, good phone. Wait. Oh, okay. I have a Galaxy Samsung, so I'll blame the phone. Whatever. That's what happened. I guess.
For sure. So I saw on the Instagram and like the Vandals Facebook, you posted, everyone's doing those like face swap videos, and you did the one. Yeah, you did the one of Queen, "Don't Stop Me Now," because you always perform that live. Can you talk about like how that happened, of why you do that song live like almost every set?
Yes, that's actually. I would argue that in a certain sense, it actually, in a very literal sense, it's a Christmas song also. It is, and it's that kind of like, or at least in my mind, how Christmas should be handled, as opposed to like, you better not, all the kind of other, I don't know. Christmas can be fun if you do it right, and doing it right requires like that Freddie Mercury attitude, going like, you know what, I'm doing this, and you best get the fuck out the way, which is definitely. That's taking ownership of fun, Yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah, that's not a way to approach every single thing in life, but it's certainly, as far as Christmas or holidays, yeah, do it. And then make it tonight. Don't like think about what we're gonna do next week. Be in the moment a little bit, and it certainly makes what would you call it? What I don't know. I love Queen. I've always loved Queen. They're one of my favorite bands. I always have been, like since I was a kid. And that song, when we recorded that too, like it hadn't been done to death by all the kind of talent shows and this and that. I don't think anyone had covered it at that point. So
Yeah.
And just first of all, it's a very specific scenario of what someone's awesome good time is, and it involves Lady Godiva's and all sorts of crazy Freddie Mercury shit. So it's like a very honest. It's his Christmas wish list, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the video you made of it was really funny. It was very appropriate. So I want to close out with obviously you guys on your letters to Santa. I was reading some of the comments on that, and there was one that struck me that was really funny because you posted, in the letters to Santa, "Don't ask us for a new album. It's not happening." And the fan goes, "Why are you guys so against a new album? It's not like you're too busy touring or anything." And then whoever runs the Vandals page wrote back, "Nobody wants to hear new punk music from a bunch of men in their 50s singing about going to bed at 9 p.m.
Well, there is that argument, yes, and and there always has been that phenomena of, your favorite bands come to town, like, all right, we're going to play a new song for you. Everyone goes, oh God, even if you like the new record of your, but it's certainly, it is interesting how live music is very, what would you call it, ritualized. It's very familiar. It's like a holiday also, coming to town on in a certain time, and it's an event, and all the kind of festivities, and people want to hear what they know. It's that's why they're there. That's where they're going with the hopes or the plans of having the goods delivered, what they've preconceived. It's funny, but also that argument on our end is really lazy too. At the same time, you go, well, yeah, I suppose no one wants to hear a shitty record by people in their 50s that are thinking about going to bed. But I don't know. Maybe there'd be a perspective there that's kind of interesting. I don't know. Maybe to fellow dad bodies and all the other whatever, however you want to shape that up, or maybe let me see. Maybe what would you call it? Like an epilogue, an album about your other albums and how you feel about them now. There's a lot of creative. I think creativity is infinite, and if it doesn't seem like it's a good way to do something, you haven't thought it through enough. That's my theory. But it's also so work during a record. No one wants to do it.
Yeah.
After songs, and it's yes, it would be challenging, but we have some interesting speculative plans in the next year that that I find very interesting. That I don't think I'm allowed to talk about either yet for some reason.
Okay.
Let's just say the future is very secretive.
Yeah, that was the vibe I was getting regarding the Christmas show and everything. So I wanted to close with that and tell everyone out there to, on December 19th, go to thevandals.com to get tickets to their winter Christmas formal. You can stream it from December 19th until December 27th, as many times as you want. Tickets are $20, so go pick them up.
10 days straight we'll be performing.
Wait, what?
We'll be performing for 10 days straight. Yes, we're going to set a world record there. Yes, so.
It's like every time someone wants to watch it, okay, go Vandals.
It's a long set list. Yeah, exactly. We if you click on it, then it cues us all to go pick up our instrument somewhere. That'd be amazing. That'd be a real interactive internet kind of experience. That's probably that would be like OnlyFans for music or something like that. Or whatever.
Okay, Warren. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you too. I'm so Asperger's on this Zoom thing. I still don't know where to look and not be rude.
You're all good. Zoom interviews are weird. This is my first one, and thanks so much for doing it.
You're a pro. You got it. Yeah, you're natural for this. Okay. Well, enjoy your everything. Okay.
Hey, have a good night, Warren.